Are you the proud Lord said that I must bow so low?
Hi guys, so today I'm coming at you with a tag video. This tag is a little bit different, not your stereotypical YouTube beauty guru type tag. It is actually the Game of Thrones tags. It's only one tag. In case you didn't know, I am a huge Game of Thrones fan. I have been watching since the start of season 2 and I love it. It is just fabulous. It's a really good show. If you're not into fantasy, obviously it's not going to be for you. So today I'm doing a tag. So the first question is, how did you discover Game of Thrones? And I definitely discovered Game of Thrones through the series. I know the books have been out for like 10 plus years. I really wish I would have known about these books before the series, because I feel like as I've gotten older, I read much less than I did when I was younger. I definitely read a lot when I was younger. Probably amounts to having a lot more free time than I do now. I am reading the books though. I think I am halfway through the second book now. It's really hard to read whenever you know most of the story, even though some things do different from the books. Okay, number 2 is, who is your favorite house apart from the Starks and the Lannisters? I definitely Targaryen. I mean, come on. Daenerys is amazing. She's like the ideal like female role model for this type of era. All the houses that I know of, the Greyjoys, I can't even think of any of Baratheon, obviously. I don't even know why. They just don't seem to have as much going on. They just don't. They have dragons, and they've always had, well, not always had dragons, but they have dragons. Come on. Seriously? Okay. Who is your favorite character from House of Stark? That sounds so weird. I would definitely word that better and say the House Stark. This is very tricky because I like probably all the characters from the Starks. But narrowing it down to one, oh my goodness, I would probably have to go with, right now, as far as season 4, Arya. She has definitely changed. Not a whole lot of change, because you could definitely tell that she was willing to do what she needed to do, and yeah, now she's like, spoiler alert, killing people, and just what? I think in the book she's supposed to be quite young in her teenage years and killing people. I can't even fathom killing people now, but I guess back then in this era, that was just something you did, just part of your daily life. See a man down the road, tries to rob you, kill him. Who is your favorite character from the Lannisters? Definitely Tyrion. There's no doubt about that, though I am growing to like Jaime a lot more. At first, when season 1, spoiler alert if you haven't watched it, there's probably going to be quite a lot of spoilers. When he pushes Bran out the window, what? You just pushed a kid out of a window up in a tower just so you wouldn't get caught doing what you were doing. What? At least Tyrion has a good heart about him in some ways. He's definitely a Lannister, but he does try to do the better option. It's Game of Thrones. Come on, not everyone's gonna be good. And there's definitely not a character on there that is 100% like little angel and does everything for the good of all their people. No. My least favorite character, well, I would say Joffrey, but I can't think of his name. The one guy. What is his name? I should look this up. Hang on. Ramsay Snow. Found it. Ramsay Snow. He definitely is probably my least favorite character. He is just one, I thought Joffrey was crazy, and you would think that I would pick Joffrey, but definitely Ramsay. No, I don't understand. At least Joffrey was just mean. He was just mean and just evil. And he was different in a way. Like, Ramsay is fucking crazy. Like, what kind of person cuts off a man's genitals? I mean, come on. I mean, Joffrey did some crazy stuff, but I mean, that we know of. Cut off a man's genitals. Just for the fun. Just for the fun of it. You know? Just because he thought it was funny. Yeah. So the next question is your thoughts on the series / book. Well, the books are definitely different from the series, that's for sure. The books are really good. I just don't like how it, like, jumps around from character to character, but I realize that's how he wrote it and that's how he wanted it to be, and I kind of like it because there's so many characters that there's so many stories to be told, and that's probably the best way to do it, than instead of, like, you sitting there reading and then, you know, following one character throughout it, which George R. R. Martin would probably kill said character halfway through the first book or whatever, and then have to start with a new character, and then it would get totally confusing. So I understand why it's wrote that way. I really like the books. It's a very good read. It's a quick read, but it's like thousands of pages. Each book is thousands of pages long, and it's very, you know, takes time. As far as the series, it's very easy to watch, though. You know, of course, it's on HBO. There's going to be, you know, sex and blood and gore, because they don't have is like the rating or have to worry about, like, you know, getting in trouble for showing anything as far as like NBC or CBS or any of these other shows have to worry about. So they can do pretty much whatever they want. But I really do like both of them. It is a great story, and it is very interesting and complex. There's so many characters to follow, and you get to watch all these characters, like, because we're getting farther into the series. It's really good to, like, watch some of these younger characters grow into what they're becoming now, and it's just really neat, and I really enjoy the stories. I'm a huge like fantasy fan, and I love, like, medieval time period anything, so it's just really nice, and I really enjoy watching it. And every time that music comes on, I just have to do a little dance to it. Like, who doesn't? Even if you're not doing it, like, you're definitely, like, doing it physically. You're definitely doing it in your head. If you're a liar if you say you don't. If you could be one of the characters, who would you be and why? First off, I would not be a character in Game of Thrones, because you would have to be watching your back to, you know, wait and see when George R. R. Martin is going to write yourself off. You know, you never know when you're going to lose your head. Seriously. But if I had to pick one character, probably either Daenerys or maybe even Sansa. Sansa's character at first, like, I was kind of like, oh, this girl's annoying, you know, she's a little, like, oh, the little princess, and I'm gonna go be a princess, and I will be queen someday, and I just, no, you know, and now she's, like, growing up and realizing that, you know, things aren't so, you know, white and black, that, you know, life's so much more complex than just marrying a king and being queen. But if not Sansa, definitely Daenerys. I feel like she just is amazing. I mean, come on, you get to have dragons. I mean, and you are definitely, I feel like, have the most power, probably. If she would use it, she definitely, with those dragons, has the most power, and if she would use it, she could definitely sit on an Iron Throne and, yeah, be queen. But, you know, what she's doing, it is the smart decision, and not just, like, holding out there and doing it. What is your favorite episode / season? As far as seasons go, I don't know yet. I would definitely want to watch all of them before I answer this question. Or episodes. But so far, my favorite episode is, I'll have to look it up and see which one it is, but it's from the season 4, and it's when Daenerys goes to Meereen, and she's standing outside the gates, and her whole speech, like, just that, like, last, like, 5 minutes of her talking, or 3 minutes, or whatever it is, of her talking and giving that speech, like, you could have just shown me that in that whole entire episode, and I would have been happy. I mean, that speech just showed her, like, how smart she is, and that hey, I'm in power, and I'm fixing to be in charge, and you guys better run for the hills, because I'm gonna take over all of y'all. And it was just amazing. Like, just, yeah, amazing. Who is your Game of Thrones crush? Wow. I would definitely say Jon Snow. I mean, he is the cutest out of all of them, personally, I think. Robb was definitely very cute, too. It's just weird, like, talking about them, because these are, like, actual people in real life. I don't know. Kind of have this, like, weird thing for Littlefinger. That is, like, horrible, because he's definitely one of the more, like, worst characters in this whole entire series. But I don't know, I just can't believe I'm telling y'all this. I don't know, there's just something about him, like, as far as, like, what he's doing, and yeah, I don't know. What kind of question is this? The next question is, what are you most looking forward to upcoming season in books? Well, I'm definitely ready for Daenerys to come and take the Iron Throne. If that ever happens. George R. R. Martin, please make that happen. Because that would be amazing. Now you're probably gonna kill her. Sorry. Which, I know I've read spoilers, and I know it's not gonna happen for a while, because you found this out in the current season, that she's going to stay and she's going to rule there first before she goes and takes the Iron Throne, which makes sense because you get to test the water, and hey, if something goes wrong, you can always, shimmy on over to King's Landing and take over and start again. Just saying. So this is the Game of Thrones tag. I'll leave the questions down below. If any of you guys would like to do this, feel free to do it. I think that it would be really interesting to see what other people have to say about this. I really enjoyed watching Lily's episode. I really enjoyed doing this. I probably should have sat down and wrote out my answers, but I didn't. I just went for it. I was just like, go for it. Whatever comes to you, comes to you. That's usually how I shoot most of my videos. So, anyways, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, leave comments down below, and don't forget to subscribe. I definitely plan on doing more videos like this, more, Game of Thrones, Doctor Who, any kind of, like, that type thing. It's definitely more on an entertainment side of things. I think that is something that I enjoy, that it is something that I'm passionate about. I love Game of Thrones. I mean, I definitely love other series as well, but just Game of Thrones is, like, new right now, so it makes it a little bit easier to talk about than if it was, fixing to be the start of the next season. It's a little bit harder to talk about something that's not fresh on your mind. I'm rambling, sorry. So anyways, if you would like to see more videos of, nerdy type things, don't forget to subscribe. I'm definitely doing more of these. I think I might start doing, like, a video on Wednesdays of these type of videos, maybe talking about, the new episode of my favorite set series, which a lot of them have ended currently. I don't know, we'll see how it plays out and how I plan things. I'm really bad about keeping up with what I started. I get into a habit and do really well with it, and then I reach a point where it's just like, I just get out. I'm definitely rambling, I'm sorry. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.
And who are you? The proud Lord said that I must bow so low. Only a cat of a different coat, that's all the truth I know. In a coat of gold or a coat of red, a lion still has claws. And mine are long and sharp, my lord, as long and sharp as yours.